There's a quiet beauty in walking through life alone, not because love never arrived, but because you've learned how to stand in your own light. Being single in your 30s isn't failure, it's often where self-understanding finally blooms. Society tells you there's a timeline, marriage by 30, stability by 35, but psychology tells another story. Humans grow at different rhythms, some hearts mature slower, others simply walk a different path. There's an invisible tension that comes with being single in your 30s. The world sees a gap, while you feel a quiet wholeness growing inside. The conflict isn't between people and love, it's between expectations and peace. You might scroll through photos of friends with children or partners, feeling both happiness and ache. It's not jealousy, it's a reminder of what society taught you to want, and what your soul is still redefining. Sometimes, weekends stretch quietly, and you notice the silence in your home. But in that stillness, your mind finds space to breathe, and to listen to the sound of your own becoming. Psychologists say that people who spend time single in adulthood often develop higher self-concept clarity, a stronger sense of who they are and what they value. Solitude becomes not loneliness, but identity work. Being single for years allows emotional regulation to mature. You become your own safe place, learning how to comfort, to reflect, to rest without relying on constant external validation. Yet, even in peace, there's longing. Psychology calls it attachment hunger, a deep, human need to be known. You can be content and still yearn for closeness. Both truths can exist at once. Many singles in their 30s find that they no longer seek relationships to fill a void, but to share the space they've built inside. It's not about finding someone to complete you, but to complement your completeness. Healthy singles redefine intimacy. It's no longer proximity that matters, but resonance. You start connecting with people who see your depth rather than your relationship status. Sometimes, staying single is not a choice of avoidance, it's a boundary of self-respect. It's refusing to shrink just to fit into someone's idea of love. For others, singlehood simply happened, not chosen, not avoided. But even then, psychology shows that meaning arises when we embrace rather than resist where we are. There's peace in realizing life doesn't move on one schedule. Love isn't late, it's simply aligned with who you're becoming. Psychology calls this stage self-expansion, finding fulfillment in friendship, creativity, and purpose. You stop chasing the life you were told to want, and start living the one that feels true. In that shift, your heart softens. You realize love doesn't begin when someone arrives, it's been growing quietly inside you all along. Maybe being single in your 30s isn't a pause, maybe it's a transformation. A chapter where you learn to love without conditions, starting with yourself. When love finally finds you, whether through another or through yourself, it won't be because you were incomplete, but because you were ready. Until then, this solitude is sacred. It's not an absence of love, it's the purest space where love begins to breathe.